sponsored by Mucinex 12-Hour DM.
Not today, cough and chest congestion.
Most medicines let mucus build back up after 4 hours. With just one pill, Mucinex 12-Hour works continuously to break up mucus and move it up and out. Mucinex 12-Hour. Rid the congestion. Kill the cough. Use as directed. Kill the cough with Mucinex 12-Hour DM.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Celebrate the season with the very best Christmas music ever made with iHeart Christmas. All your favorites 100% commercial free. Just open the app and search Holiday to find iHeart Christmas. Plus other holiday stations and playlists to put you in a merry mood. Open the app and search Holiday to start listening.
AM 1300 The Zone. On FS1, the one and only Colin Cowherd is bold, unique, and outspoken. Wow. You can see him on The Herd, weekdays at noon Eastern on FS1 in the Fox Sports app.
We got the Refugees All-Stars, rubber dubbing in the club.
Two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio. LeVar. Yeah, sorry about that. That's just a bad habit. But it is Brady Quinn and Jonas Knox with you here. LeVar's not here, but BQ and I are going to take you all the way up. It's just,
you cannot adjust.
It's just been doing
You're
it
an
so
old
long.
dog, man. They can't teach you new tricks.
It's been doing it for so long.
For so long. Man.
Also kind of spoiled my award a little bit, but nonetheless, we will talk to Petros Papadakis coming up here top of next hour, a little over 10 minutes from now. By the way, the original Louisiana hot sauce is the perfect balance of peppers, vinegar, and salt. Wings, nachos, burgers. Hit any tailgate food with the bold, handcrafted flavor of the original Louisiana hot sauce. That's Louisiana Hot. Buy you some.
There are some good things that happen, and there's some bad. And then there's some downright ugly things. It's time for Good, Bad, and Ugly.
All right, Bree Muro, who's got what this week?
All righty, Jonas, you're up. You got the good first.
Right. So the good for this week is this show without LeVar. I think it's been smooth.
That's awful.
I think there's been real opportunities here to showcase our skill sets. And I feel like this show has been better than any show we've done this week. And it's pretty glaringly obvious why that is. It's because LeVar is not here. So that's my good for the week.
All righty, Brady, you're up. You got the bad.
The bad, well, that would be Kentucky last night, losing to in-state rival Louisville. As some people know, I've been raised a big Kentucky Wildcat fan, in particular for men's basketball. I had an uncle who played football there, Steve Slates. What up, Uncle Steve? So, like any other bandwagon fan, they were really good when I was young. My uncle went there. We grew up going down to Lexington, so became a fan. They're so talented, man. And I feel like they underachieved defensively. It was a nightmare. And they almost gave up 100 points to Louisville last night. So I don't know. I'm on the fence right now about Mark Pope. I thought he was the guy. I thought he made a lot of sense. I don't know. I thought last night was one of those measuring stick games, and clearly Kentucky basketball is not where it needs to be. So last night, that was bad. Almost actually as bad as the take you just had.
What do you mean? Yeah, it's that bad. Like, I can hand out whatever award I want.
I miss VAR. I miss him, man.
I don't. What do we got, Bree?
All righty, and I have the ugly. And so I'm going to say my Saints fandom is pretty ugly because Tyler Shuck played on Sunday when they beat the Panthers. And now I'm like rooting for Tyler Shuck, even though I was Spencer Rattler for the first 9 weeks. So that's the ugly for me.
Oh, wow. No
I know.
loyalty.
I know. Yeah. Not loyal.
Jeez.
Not loyal at all.
I don't know if I call that ugly, but it's not good.
That's for sure. Well, but you are loyal. You still root for the Saints.
I know. That's true.
Yeah.
But go Tyler Shuck.
We are Fox Sports.
Everything just hits different after football wins. The food, the drinks, and especially the hot sauce. That's right. Make it the original Louisiana hot sauce. Bold, handcrafted hot sauce straight out of Louisiana. Wings, nachos, burgers, whatever's on your plate, hit it with that Louisiana flavor and turn your victory meal unbeatable. And if your team took the L, pour some on anyway. It might not fix the score, but it will fire up your taste buds. The original Louisiana hot sauce. That's Louisiana hot. Buy you some.
At Bank of America, we asked our people, how do you take ownership of your career? I'm able to grow my way by putting the priorities that I have for my career first.
I thrive on being a leader who's behind the team, not in front of the team.
Every few years, I'm being re-energized because I get to do something different and learn something new.
See how our teammates are growing in their careers at bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
A couple of crashes along I-35 this morning going southbound at Palmer Lane. An accident blocks off the left lane. It's the reason speeds are stop and go starting from Howard, causing about a 5-minute slowdown. The opposite direction, I-35 northbound at Altor Street. The left shoulder is blocked off by a crash and causing delays to start from Highway 71. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. At Progressive Insurance, you can keep your career moving forward with growth opportunities, great pay and benefits, and one of the country's top workplaces. Go to careers.progressive.com and apply today. That's careers.progressive.com.
You know what your customers are doing right this second? The exact same thing you are, listening to me. Which, let's be honest, is kind of flattering. But my point is, ads on iHeartRadio actually get heard. In the car, at the gym, on the couch, while people are walking their dogs. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. That's right. You're a good boy. So why not make the next ad about you? Get started today. Call 844-844-iHeart or go to iHeartAdvertising.com. That's 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
As football season continues on and basketball season is taking off, there's no better place to get in on the action than BetOnline, your number one source for all things sports. BetOnline gives you more ways to play with the latest odds, breaking news, live scores, and in-game action so you never miss a moment. From pro and college football, basketball, cage fighting, and hockey futures, BetOnline has you covered. And don't forget the VIP program with exclusive level-up bonuses and weekly cash boosts. Head to BetOnline today, because at BetOnline, the game starts here.
We started Henyon and Walsh for people like you. People with integrity, honesty, and loyalty. The result? We care about you and your investment success. We're dedicated to your financial goals, so we'll always give you our best efforts because you've earned it. We're Henyon and Walsh and committed to you. Get a second opinion. Call 800-279-5279 or find us online. Investing involves risk, including the possible loss of principal. Advisory services provided by Henyon & Walsh Asset Management. Securities offered by Henyon & Walsh Inc. Member FINRA SIPC.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com.
Henna Chevrolet, we'll always stand by you.
Together, let's drive.
With Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to 40% off, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select innovative appliances like GE Profile. Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine. And refrigerators with built-in convenient features like the dual dispense autofill water pitcher. Shop Black Friday savings on select GE Profile appliances, plus get free delivery now at the Home Depot. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid 11/5 through 12/3. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Smokey the Bear.
Then you know why Smokey tells you when he sees you passing through. Remember, please be careful. It's the least that you can do.
Don't play with matches. Don't play with fire.
After 80 years of learning his wildfire prevention tips, Smokey Bear lives within us all. Learn more at SmokeyBear.com. And remember,
only you can prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the USDA Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer, Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Good morning, Austin, K-Town, Pflugerville, H-Town, Pearland, El Paso, Mo City, San Antonio, and Silsbee, Texas, or wherever you may be listening. This is a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300. So, Texas is gearing up for a top 10 matchup. The playoff rankings favor the great state of Texas. Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman joins us at 7:34. The Mavs finally cut bait. College football has big games this week with implications on the college football playoffs rankings. Texas men's basketball is ready for a midweek game. The MLB announced their managers of the year. Coach Voigt of the Guardians, I don't know how he got it. I wonder if they bet on that. And Pat Murphy of the Brewers finally get their due. First time that it's been back-to-back manager of the years with the same two guys in a very long time in Major League history. I'm your host, Mike Hardball Hardge. My co-host is a WWE Hall of Famer and recognized as the world's strongest man. He is the Mark Henry.
Good morning, Austin.
And we've got our guy Marcus behind the boards. And if you want to be a part of the show, all you got to do is text the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. That's the word Texas followed by your message to 81530. Standard data and message rates may apply. Also, we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets to tonight's basketball game as the Texas Longhorns men host Fairleigh Dickinson tonight at 7 o'clock. You'll be able to hear it right here, or you will hear it on 98.1 FM. But you'll get a chance to win a pair of tickets by using that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. We'll play it on the air, let you know that you won, and you'll get tickets for tonight's matchup. Mark, last night there was a lot of scuttle coming out, a lot of anticipation waiting on the college football playoff rankings to come out. And, well, they came out in the top 25. Continues to be interesting when you sit back and you think about it all. Starting at 25, they have Cincinnati. Starting at 24, they have South Florida. Tennessee at 23, Pittsburgh at 22, Iowa 21, Louisville 20, Virginia, a team that was on that bubble, as at 19. 18 is Michigan, 17 USC, 16 Georgia Tech, 15 Miami. Vanderbilt comes in at 14. 13 is Utah, 12 BYU, 11 Oklahoma, and coming in at number 10, the Texas Longhorns. And Notre Dame is at number 9, Oregon at number 8. Number 7 is Ole Miss. Number 6, Texas Tech Red Raiders. Number 5, Georgia Bulldogs. Number 4, Alabama. Number 3, the Fighting Aggies of Texas A&M. Indiana comes in at number 2, and the Ohio State comes in at number 1. So if you're paying attention at home and you want to know what the rankings and everything is going to look like, it is going to be interesting, because if the season, I love that part, if the season were to end today, who would the Texas Longhorns be playing? Dun, 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 dun. The Fighting Lane Kiffins. They would be playing the Ole Miss Rebels at Ole Miss, and it would be a matchup between Coach Sark and his good buddy Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, and I think that the Fighting Lane Kiffins haven't faced a defense nothing like this one that Texas has. And, it's a bold statement, but the top 6 are the only teams in that top 25 to have a slight snowball's chance in hell of beating Texas.
Wow.
6 teams.
Wow.
Everybody else from Ole Miss down, put it out your mind. Go get your defense together, because to stop them, you're going to need a really good defense to carry you. And just like Texas's defense has been carrying them. The difference between Texas and other teams is Texas offense is starting to catch up. And it's taken them this long because they're so young and they haven't had as many reps as these other units. So, yeah, I think Ole Miss would be great to see Texas and Ole Miss, but I think we got bigger fish to fry.
Well, we do. It starts with the Georgia Bulldogs, who are number 5. We play them this week, so all this really does not matter until the games are being played. But hypothetically, where they have everything set up as of right now, on December the 19th and 20th, number 12 ranked South Florida, they would be the number 12 ranked team in this playoff matchup because they would be the American Conference champion and they will get an automatic bid. So they would come in at number 12. They would originally play number 5, Georgia. Number 11, Miami would be that other team because they would be the ACC champ. Even though they're ranked at near the bottom, they are at the point where if they win the ACC, they are automatically in. And the Big 12 champs would be Texas Tech Red Raiders. Coming in number 10, Texas Longhorns. They would travel to Ole Miss to take on the number 7 ranked Ole Miss. And number 9, Notre Dame will play number 8, Oregon. Now, the interesting part about this all is that the state of Texas seems to be represented very, very well. When you look at the number 3 team, Texas A&M, some want them to be the number 1 team because of what they've done. We'll see how it all plays out as the season goes on. You have Texas A&M and you have the Texas Tech Red Raiders, who is gaining momentum. They went out and spent that money on that defensive line, and that defensive line is tough. Their defense overall, we talked about
offensive line too.
They have done a really, really good job at Texas Tech, and a lot of folks are paying attention to what Joey McGuire and his crew are doing. But as we've said before, Texas A&M, that's a different type of animal. They have been playing some really good football.
Very versatile.
Yeah.
They like, you look at where's the weakness? No weakness at quarterback. No weakness at running back. Wide receivers are spectacular.
Ooh.
They're making so many plays that it scares me a little bit. The offensive line are veteran guys, and they're big, man. They are big.
Yep.
And the defense is a bend, don't break defense. Inside the 20, you need to score outside the 20 because you get in that red zone, they tighten up.
Yeah. Yeah. And looking at this, and ESPN did a great job of breaking all of this down. Right now, the SEC would have Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas, and Texas A&M. But Texas would be the final team in the way that this scenario is setting up. Obviously, Texas has 2 top 5 opponents.
For now, yeah.
They have to play Georgia this Saturday, 6:30. You can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone. Then you finish it off with number 3, Texas A&M. And so that will be something to pay attention to as well.
You can't gloss over Arkansas. Even though they're down right now, this is a rivalry game.
Yeah, believe me. But as far as rankings, But as far as rankings, this is what helps Texas.
Right.
These two
games help
Texas.
Right.
Because they're top 5 opponents.
The only thing that can really stab you in the heart is losing to Arkansas.
Yeah, that would mess up the whole apple cart. But, teams that are first team out would be Oklahoma. They are the team that is sitting on the edge. They have a huge test this weekend, and we'll get into that conversation a little bit later. But they go and they take on Alabama. So that can change a lot of where people are looking at this team as well. Team that is still in the mix out of the SEC would be Vanderbilt. Looking across college football, you start to see some of the teams that got a chance to get in and who's out. The only person and the only team that people are really pissed off at is Notre Dame. Notre Dame is not playing in a conference. They are an independent, so they are finding ways to get this done. They have a big challenge this week as well. That'll be some of the conversation we'll have about the big games of the weekend. But Notre Dame, since they lost those first 2 games, they've won 7 straight. So that's what the committee is, the team getting hot at the right time. And that's where a lot of these people are paying attention to. And last but not least, there's 2 teams that we need to pay attention to on the outside looking in. James Madison of the Sun Belt, and North Texas. North Texas is a team that has been putting up big numbers. They've faced all the challenges and have done a really, really good job. So if you look at how these teams are going to play out, there is still an opportunity. If North Texas can get to the title game and win it, they can put some pressure on on this committee because of the journey that they have been on so far this year. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be one heck of a run, and all of this could have changed if Fernando Mendoza didn't get that touchdown to Cooper Jr. for Indiana. It would have been interesting to see.
Man, that would have threw. You talk about upsetting the apple cart. That would have been catastrophic
for Indiana. It would have been, yeah, no doubt. But it would have been fun for everybody else to talk about. We're just getting started here on a Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff. Coming up next, we'll hear from Coach Sark. At 7:34, we'll hear from our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. And did something happen in Dallas yesterday? We'll talk about it all right here on a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff. Right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone, and always free on the iHeartRadio app.
Get your horns up, Texas fans. This Saturday, it's another edition of Longhorns Game Day, and we'll be broadcasting from Bolden Acres, their new South Austin location off Manjack and Slaughter Lane. We're breaking down this huge game between Texas versus Georgia, beginning at 3:30 p.m. We're talking with special guests, insiders, and all the coverage you need before kickoff. It's Longhorns Game Day, live from Bolden Acres, South Austin, this Saturday, 3:30 p.m., only on 1300 The Zone.
After 60 years, The Who has played their final show. Now, Pete Townsend is coming to iHeartRadio for an exclusive private performance, playing his classic hits and talking to iHeart's Jim Kerr about his life in music and his new Quadrophenia rock ballet on the eve of its premiere. iHeartRadio Icons with Pete Townsend. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app's Classic Rock channel tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hug 'em.
The left lane is blocked off by a crash on I-35 southbound at Palmer Lane, now causing a 10-minute backup from Grand Avenue Parkway. Stop and go speeds on I-35 northbound, about a 15-minute delay from Highway 45 to William Cannon Drive, but we are traffic-free this morning on 183 southbound from Mopac over to I-35. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole department inside your Macy's store where you'll find everything you need for the holidays, all for under $35. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. Don't wait. Find a location at macysbackstage.com.
Oh, we're going to be so late for the concert. We should be there by now.
Just need to make a little detour and stop for gas real quick. I know a cheap place down the road.
Are you serious? We're gonna miss the show because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is great. It's a free app that gets you cash back when you buy gas.
Wait, you mean I can get money back just for buying gas? Really?
Yep, and it really works. I've actually made around $200 this year already. Now pull over so you can download Upside before we miss the concert.
Pulling over? You had me at $200.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back when you buy gas. Use promo code RING to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank or as a gift card. Download Upside and use promo code RING for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code RING for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Use promo code RING.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Celebrate UT football with Dulce Vita Tequila. 100% organic, made with 100% Blue Weber agave, with its vibrant color and fresh citrus finish. Dulce Vita Tequila offers high quality at a value that can't be beat. Hook 'em. 40% by volume, imported by Dulce Vita Spirits, Austin, Texas.
So, what brings you in today?
I don't know anymore. What's the point? I wake up, I work, I scroll, I sleep. Is this all there is?
No. There's Bonin, the Friday lunch special at Yellow Rose.
The cabaret?
Yep. Every Friday from noon to 9 at Yellow Rose. $20 for 16 ounces of certified Angus bone-in ribeye, plus a side, and the best view in Austin.
Yellow Rose Cabaret. Life is beautiful.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy Rinse tonight, and I need it more. I can't rest the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat in that short smells like a dog park. Downy Rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Live concerts. Getting back to the moments we miss starts with getting informed. Get the latest info about COVID-19 vaccines at getvaccineanswers.org. It's up to you. Brought to you by iHeartRadio and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Welcome back to a Game Plan Wednesday edition of the Morning Kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Mike Hardball Hard, Girl Strong Field, WWE, Mark Henry, and
That's
of course, we've got our guy Mark behind the boards. Coming up in the next segment, we'll have Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman as he talks all things Texas football, and of course, we've got to talk some Texas women's basketball. But tonight, we have Texas men's basketball, and you can hear that on 98.1 KVET FM. But right now, I want to hear from Coach Sark. And Coach Sark, obviously, is getting ready, and the Texas Longhorns are getting ready to make that trip to Athens, Georgia, to take on the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. It's a big, big time matchup, and there's so many different things that this team has done, the Georgia Bulldogs, to prepare all season long to be the team that they've always been. But Coach Sark was talking about the Georgia blitzes and what stands out with those Georgia tight ends.
They're good at it, you know. They've got good people. They've got good coaches. They call things at the right time. They stem their fronts, you know, with really good timing. I mean, all those things add up to those things could be an issue for you. And the same thing, I think, on the other side, they've got good players and they use them well, you know. And so, you know, that's a credit to their staff and to Kirby and his staff, A, to recruit the quality of players that they have, and then B, utilizing the talent that they do have.
And he has been able to do that effectively. If you look at the history of Georgia football, they've always had great tight ends. They've been able to put out tight ends into the NFL. You look across, you look at Pittsburgh Steelers, you look at the Raiders, they all have Georgia tight ends, and they've been effective in the league. So that's nothing new for Georgia. That's nothing new for Kirby, and that's nothing new for anybody that is looking at this Georgia football team.
And they're balanced. They're not just receivers or they're not just blockers. They're both.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia always have kind of complementary tight ends, ones that can do both.
Yeah, and that is why they've had success. Yeah, they're always massive. They're always massive tight ends for Georgia.
Look at you talk about the one at Pittsburgh, Washington, 6'7", 280 pounds.
Yeah, people thought the Cowboys were going to go after him at one point. I believe you were trying to.
I was lobbying for that.
Yeah. do that.
Didn't work out.
Didn't work out. Something that has worked out has been Ethan Burke's efficiency on how he's been playing. Now that everybody seems to understand their role on that defensive line, Ethan Burke has continued to bring the noise.
I'm really proud of Ethan. You know, he had a great offseason for us. He had a great spring ball and summer. And I think one of the areas that kind of can go a little unnoticed, because we always want to look at production, his leadership has been fantastic. You know, that guy has grown up a ton in our program. And I'm really happy for him that he's getting the production now the last few weeks. You know, he was banged up pretty good there a little over a month ago, and we were getting a really scaled down version of Ethan Burke. But now that he's gotten healthy, he is providing exactly what we need on that strong side to be the player that he is. We know what we're getting on the weak side with Colin, and now to get it from the other side with Ethan, I think they're a really good complement to one another in their style of play. And I think they feed off of one another, and Colin's speed rushes, his ability to move the quarterback off the spot, has allowed Ethan to kind of do some of that dirty work and mop up some of those things. And so they work really well with one another that way.
And we've seen it. We've seen it. You saw at the end of the game against Pavia, who was there to slam him to the ground.
Ethan was
Burke.
right there.
Exactly.
And the thing that I like is the versatility. Like when they go to the fast package, the race car package, or whatever you want to call it.
NASCAR.
And Ethan is at 2 technique. He is so quick on the inside.
Yeah.
And you have those, outstanding defensive ends on the edge. It's basically a lose-lose situation for you as an offense.
Yeah, and you also understand
especially with Mookie back.
Yeah, and being able to have that secondary, that's a great point that you brought up. And Coach was asked about what the bye week meant for getting his secondary back together.
Well, let's start with getting 16 back, getting 4 back, okay, getting 17 back healthy. I mean, those 3 guys are factors for us. And Grayson Littleton, having, that as a true freshman playing the amount of snaps he's playing, I think him having a bye week to kind of get his body refreshed is big for him. But all those guys that I touch on affect what we do on the perimeter, because that's everybody playing on the same accord. That's everybody, working together. That's the communication and the communicating with confidence. And so I do think Manny, Jalen, and Cade Phillips growing up, I do think their play is affected by what we do inside. When you have to try to protect things inside, that puts guys a little bit more on islands on the perimeter. But I think if we can play as one as a unit, we're pretty good back there. And so getting 16 and 4 and 17, healthy, the emergence of Jonah, I think has been helpful for us as well. So very confident in that unit and looking forward to them play Saturday night.
We are too. We are all looking forward to them being able to play. When he was talking about Michael Tapp, talking about Jelani McDonald, and then Xavier Filsaime being back in that secondary is key, because we've seen busted coverages.
Yeah.
We've seen things happen. And who was the one that not who was the one who busted the coverage, but the player that got open, it was a tight end. So you want to make sure that you're covering up those mistakes, especially with the talented tight ends that Georgia has. So that is something that we've been talking about for a while. When you look at who's been able to bust the seams, it's been the tight ends. You talked about it for Texas on how some of these guys can stretch the middle of the field. They just haven't had a chance to do it as often, but you want to make sure that this doesn't happen. But Coach Sark was asked about the ultimate compliment that Georgia can have, because they are probably the most consistent team in the SEC for a long period of time.
I think that what they do from a recruiting standpoint, they know the body types, they know the athletic ability they're looking for, and very specific by position. And then ultimately the competitive spirit that those guys have. And it's a credit to Kirby. He's been the best in our industry for the last decade now of doing that. Is a lot of people have changed in and around the country. Georgia has remained very consistent with their approach in recruiting, with their approach and style of players that they look for, and to their style of play. They love the tight ends. They recruit tight ends really well. They love versatile linebackers. They recruit versatile linebackers really well. They love length at corner. They recruit corners that are 6'1" and taller. And so you can see the consistency in their approach. And so one year, that wave of players leaves. I think they had 4 first-round picks on defense. Here comes the next wave of guys that all look a lot like the guys that just moved on. And so credit to those guys and credit to Kirby. They've done a heck of a job.
That's the model of consistency that Texas is trying to get to as well. When you look at this Texas football team and the way they have grown each step, those are the ways that you're going to see a Texas football team become more consistent. But also key to game planning. You got to have a good game plan when you're going up against a Kirby Smart-led defense.
Try to put your players in the best position to be successful. I think that we can't ever lose sight of that. Sometimes you can put in plays or defenses or special teams plays on a whiteboard that look good, but the matchups matter. And so you're always trying to find favorable matchups. You're always trying to put your players in position to have success. And that's no different than any other game. But again, you got to look at the matchups because you got to try to create favorable matchups. You got to try to create favorable angles for yourself to create positive plays. It's not just about how does it look on a whiteboard. It's really, the circle on defense. Who is that guy? What number is he and what is he good at compared to the circle that you have on offense or defense, whatever it is. Of the matchups definitely matter in games like this.
The matchups do matter. And how do you exploit those matchups to your side to make things better for you? So it's going to be interesting to see how all of this plays out, because I'm telling you right now, Texas matches up well with Georgia and Georgia matches up well with Texas. Whichever one doesn't blink is going to be the one who wins the ball game, because there's going to be some big time plays that need to be made. How consistent can you be on being the ones that making the big time play when the moment is there for you? We're going to continue these conversations because coming up next, we have our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. We'll get his thoughts on the game plan, looking forward to this matchup. And of course, you got to have Mark Henry ask about Rory Harmon. Nothing changes. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
Checking out the drive this morning on I-35 northbound, that usual slow spot from Highway 45 over to William Cannon Drive, and today is no exception, about a 15 to 20-minute out of your commute if you're heading that direction, and a 5-minute slowdown for drivers on Mopac northbound. You're slow from Highway 45 over to Highway 290. I'm Jason Fostick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Abacus Plumbing, Air Conditioning, and Electrical.
In 20628.
Get all your home fall tune-ups from Abacus for only $49 each. A water heater flush, an AC tune-up, an electrical panel inspection, or a mainline drain clean-out. But only at Abacus. You can count on us.
Starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the football field and on the volleyball court. Yep, that Human. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
Hosting game day but fumbling the shopping list? Good news, Specs has the perfect play. Ice cold beer in the backfield, bold bourbon out wide, and savory snacks going deep. No need for a Hail Mary. Bex has you covered with a legendary selection and prices so low, your wallet will do the end zone dance. So before kickoff, be the MVP. At Specs, the fun starts here.
Your Valpak Blue envelope of savings is arriving in the mailbox. Inside, you'll find coupons to dine, shop, and save local. This month, keep an eye out for special offers from A1 Garage Door, the name you can trust for repairs, service, and garage door replacements. And remember, savings don't stop at the mailbox. Visit Valpak.com anytime for instant access to local coupons and deals you'll love. Valpak and A1 Garage Door, opening doors to savings at home.
Big news, Texas. The Silencer Shop showroom is now open in Liberty Hill. Get hands-on with silencers, explore interactive displays, and talk with our expert staff. Whether you're new or a pro, we can make your guns better because we give a shh. The new Silencer Shop showroom, now open in Liberty Hill.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines, when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, long-lasting, and made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online. Keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands. Warming up America, coast to coast.
At Bank of America, we're proud that more than 20,000 veterans and people with military backgrounds have joined our ranks since 2015. Now we're committed to adding 10,000 more over the next 5 years. By helping veterans achieve their career goals, we're moving from appreciation to action. And together, helping expand economic opportunity across America. Visit bankofamerica.com/great place to work. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be an equal opportunity employer.
Spurs home tonight against the Warriors. Thunder crushed the Warriors by 24 in OKC last night. Golden State just 1-6 on the road. Cowboys activated linebacker DeMarvion Overshown from the PUP list. Texas up one spot to number 10 in the latest college football playoff rankings. Top 5 remain the same. Ohio State number 1, followed by Indiana, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Georgia. I'm Ronta Moss.
This is Doug Gottlieb. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Despite wintry conditions and heavy traffic, the holidays have to go on. That's why Mercedes-Benz SUVs come equipped with the latest safety technology to keep your festive plans on track. Discover the incredible offers for yourself at the Mercedes-Benz Holiday Love Celebration.
If one of us wins, we all win.
I'm Ashley Rayfeld on a recent episode of our podcast. Good luck with that. We caught up with pro skater Fabiana Delfino to talk life lately, what's next in skateboarding, and why creating space for others is a part of the job.
You break down the door, sick, now like hold the door for everyone. I believe in that solely, but I'm like, you guys need to also open more doors.
Bobby talks how one person's chance can change what's possible for everyone coming next. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Good Luck with That, and listen now.
Longhorns basketball plays here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
It's Wednesday, so that can only mean one thing. Our guy, Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman, joins us, and you can follow him at _Danny Davis. Danny, I wanted to get into this conversation because I think it's important. Texas is getting ready to head to Athens, Georgia. I think you're going as well, so have fun with that. Have fun with that. But this is a big-time opportunity for this Texas Longhorn football team. They came out yesterday and said we're placed at the number 10 position, and now all things ahead of them can change the way things are going.
Yeah, I mean, all of Texas's goals are still ahead of them. Not to sound like a cliche coach on the Monday morning, but I mean, they take care of business there in the playoffs. And, you know, if you want to be a national champion, you know, taking care of the number 5 team and the number 3 team, that should be part of the resume. Granted, I don't think you'd want to do it all in a row plus a playoff run, but I mean, to be the best, you got to beat the best. All those cliches I can throw out this morning and start this weekend in Athens. You know, maybe it's not completely a must-win game because there's talk about a 3-loss team getting in the playoffs, but it's a lot easier to get in when you have 2 losses as opposed to 3, and you just leave that conversation out of the committee room. So it starts this weekend. It's going to be tough. Georgia's not an easy place to play, and obviously Georgia had Texas's number last year. But you know, if you're the number 1 team in the nation in the preseason, it's time to start proving it in November.
Yeah, they're starting to hit their stride a little bit offensively. Obviously, defense has been playing well. We just talked about what we've seen from Ethan Burke. Obviously, Colin Simmons has been doing a yeoman's work. But overall, it seems like this defense has decided to turn it up a notch when they needed to. They were dominant against Vanderbilt until, some changes had to happen in the second half because you had all those young guys out there. But it was definitely something to behold when you saw the way that they came out and handled Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, they played really well against, I think, a person we kind of considered kind of a fringe Heisman Trophy candidate, but a football game is 60 minutes, and the fourth quarter still counts. What happens in the fourth quarter still counts. We don't get to just completely ignore it. I mean, you can obviously say, being without your All-American safety doesn't help, and then losing your other safety, a veteran safety, is not a recipe for success. But, this is the University of Texas. You're supposed to have depth. You're supposed to have 5-star guys behind them, and guys should be able to step up against nothing against the fine folks in Nashville, but they should be still better than what's on Vanderbilt's receiving core, and that just wasn't the case in that fourth quarter. So there's a lot that this Texas team has done that's been impressive on defense, but that fourth quarter still counts. We don't get to completely ignore what happened just because there's a bunch of young guys out there, because there may be a chance down the road that those young guys need to play some quality minutes, and we don't get to just say if this is a playoff game, well, it doesn't count because those young guys are out there. They're going to need to step up down the road.
Danny, Georgia is always a formidable opponent. Texas had trouble with them the last 2 years, or the last year. They lost 2 games. What is going to be the factor that you see stands out the most as the thing that needs to be fixed?
I'd say Georgia's more than a formidable opponent. I think they are the opponent. I think this Georgia team is not perfect. They've obviously had some struggles, and they're like Texas, are kind of on the outside looking in with the SEC championship race. I think their road to playoff is a lot smoother than Texas is. I think they have some margin for error, but this Georgia team has not been a juggernaut. I think they've trailed in every one of their SEC games except for one, and they've had to do some late rallies against Tennessee, against Ole Miss. So I think if Texas a good way to win, especially on the road, is to do kind of what Texas has done the last 2 weeks, get on the board early, whether that's with a Ryan Wingo quick pass or a nice drive, and then do what some of these other teams haven't been done and what Texas almost didn't do against Vanderbilt, and that's keep the foot on the gas and slam the door. Do not allow Georgia to stick around, because if we allow Georgia to stick around, Georgia's going to stick around, and Georgia's going to come back. So I think it's important to get up early, hold them off, and then do little things like continue being great with your pass rush, continue being good with your run defense, because Georgia can run the ball, and maybe develop a little bit of a run game yourself, because we're still waiting for Trey and CJ to get going. We expect them to, and they expect them to, but we're still waiting to see it.
We're talking to Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. You can follow him at _Danny Davis. And Danny, we talked about the running game a little bit, but Coach Sark talked about the change on the offensive line as well, moving Cole Hudson to left guard and moving Connor Robinson to hold down the center position seemed to get the chemistry back the way that they needed it to be. Do you think this is going to be something that we expect to see the rest of the season now?
I mean, I'd expected to see it this weekend. We'll see if it's as effective against Georgia as it was against Vanderbilt. Once again, no offense to our friends from Nashville, but I'd be a lot more impressed if the results were the same this weekend as opposed to 2 weeks ago. But I think that's what kind of happens when you have a veteran guy like Cole Hudson, who's been around this program for a while. You have a veteran center like Connor Robertson. Maybe it's better to play those guys as opposed to a true freshman who's trying to figure his stuff out in SEC play, which does not seem like a very fun or effective strategy. So we'll see. I think this is a move that Stevie kind of teased a few weeks ago, but then kind of decided to hold off a little bit because Nick Brooks has been playing well. But sometimes that left guard spot has been a turnstile and a problem this entire season. And at least for 1 week, it looks like they finally found a solution, but we'll see. Georgia's a whole different animal than Vanderbilt.
No doubt. Danny, we're going to transition to basketball. The Texas women looked sharp in both of their games. I've been really impressed with what I've seen from Aaliyah Crump, the freshman. I know that she was the top 5 player in the country, but Coach Vic talked about the transition of young players being able to play at this level. It doesn't seem to be slowing her up at all.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about this team so far this season is the young players on the team, there seems to be a lack of fear with these young players. And I don't know if that's because they're playing awful teams and they know that they're just better than these players. I don't know if Vic has maybe softened a little bit with some of the quick triggers and getting angry at poor shot selection, or what exactly it is, because Aaliyah Crump has not been afraid to shoot the ball. Jordan Lee has not been afraid to shoot the ball. Bree Preston, when she gets her chance, she's going to the hoop. Justice Carlton, she's had a very good start after kind of an up and down freshman season. So some of these young players they just seem not scared by the moment. Granted, UCLA in a couple of weeks is going to be a lot different than Louisiana Lafayette or Incarnate Word, but they all looked pretty good against Richmond, which was a ranked team. And I think at some points last year, you kind of looked at Jordan and were like, why isn't Jordan shooting the ball more? And maybe that's just because Vic and the team wanted her to kind of seed that offensive flow to some of the veterans on the team. But these youngsters are been fearless, which allows Rory Hartman to not have to shoot the ball and allows her to set up this offense, and which is why I think she has only 3 turnovers and 16 assists so far this season. So I think this team has been a lot more effective. And haven't even mentioned Madison Booker. Who's Madison Booker? So through 3 games, it's been a very effective team, and the youngsters and just kind of their fearlessness, I think, are a big part of that.
Danny, I think that Rory's scoring was a shot at me. Listen, I my favorite player, I make no apologies for wanting to see her score more, because that's just what I do. But being my favorite player, I love the set it off hairstyle. But more than the hairstyle, I love the fact that even though she doesn't always get the steal, they have forced Lafayette to 36 turnovers. Like, she is doing everything that a player should do leading the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you even talk, as much as you love scoring, if you had Vic on here, I don't know if he'd be driving his truck or not, but if you had Vic on here, probably the first thing he'd say about Rory isn't about her offense. It's about her defense. I mean, this is what she has been doing since she first got to campus. She's the head of the snake on both ends of the floor. She's very aggressive on defense, which is kind of amazing. The season where she was playing 40 minutes a game, but that's not 40 minutes in a zone. It's 40 minutes full court defense and being aggressive with the ball in her hands and offense. So, that's just kind of just been Rory's game. It's kind of been nice to see her get more into that as she gets further and further removed from the knee injury. But Rory Hartman playing good defense is nothing new around Texas. I think that's going to be definitely part of her legacy when she leaves here.
Yeah, no doubt, because she has definitely picked it up a notch. I thought she looked a little slow early in the season, but now it looked like she's getting back to being Rory. Some of the transfers that he has brought in, Miss Cunningham played well in the paint the other day. He seems to have found a way to get them acclimated quickly, and now that's pushing Kyla Oldacre to be able to come off the bench, but I'm sure that'll switch here pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, Kyla was working through ankle stuff throughout the whole offseason, so I'm not sure if she's going to end up being a starter, if they kind of like her off that bench. I mean, she was excellent in that role last year, coming in as the as the backup to Taylor Jones, although they were kind of a two-headed monster, or whatever they like to call them. So I don't know if you really want to say Kyla was a backup, but yeah, I mean, Bria's looked good. Taya's had some moments. Obviously, we're still waiting to see what Ashton can provide once she gets healthy. But once again, it's easy for Bria Cunningham, who's 6'4" or whatever, to look good against Louisiana and Incarnate Word. Let's see what her and Taya look like against some of these big dogs coming up down the road, because that's why they're here. They're not here to look good against Louisiana. They're here to look good in SEC play and in some of these big non-conference games.
Kyla would be great as a starter, but like a second unit, when the second units come in, they don't have a chance. Like she's 1A, 1B as far as being a starter. 6 woman, I don't know what you want to call it, but she's good enough to start, and she's too good for the second units.
Yeah, I mean, you can say that probably about a bunch of people on that second unit. I mean, Bree Preston would probably be starting a lot of places, but
Absolutely.
number 3 is here at Texas, so she's got to wait another year. Justice Carlton was the top 10 recruit. Kyla's been kind of doing her thing. Taya Sidbury was Boston College's best player last year. So, I mean, you kind of go up and down the road. I mean, there are only 13 players on the team, and they're playing 11 right now. Those 11 that are playing would probably be starting elsewhere. So that's kind of what it is when you're one of these top 5 teams. You have a lot of explosive players who are really good, and it's just a matter of Vic figuring out playing time for them and how to kind of get his rotation set.
It's all about that depth, Danny, and we appreciate you taking the time and taking us behind it, because I'm telling you, I really enjoyed watching the women play their first couple games. And I know you keep saying about ULL, but I really was impressed what they did against Richmond, a team that was ranked in the top 25. As always, man, safe travels. Be careful out there in Georgia and enjoy yourself, man.
I will do my best.
All right, man. There he is, Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. When we come back, we're going to close out hour number 1. There was a move made in Dallas yesterday. Well, there was a couple that were made. One was good, one was real bad. But some will say it's good. Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Coach Sark here. Stay connected to the Longhorns on the free iHeartRadio app.
Breaks a tackle, 30, turns down the sidelines. Say goodnight to this one. Touchdown, Texas.
Just search 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Checking out the drive this morning on I-35 northbound, that usual slow spot from Highway 45 over to William Cannon Drive, and today is no exception. About 15 to 20 minute out of your commute if you're heading that direction. And a 5-minute slowdown for drivers on Mopac northbound. You're slow from Highway 45 over to Highway 290. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples. Have an easy holiday only at Staples. Save on custom cards and custom wrapping paper. Great gifts, plus shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely. Don't miss out on the latest laptops up to 45% off. Staples, that was easy.
He's the self-appointed pit boss on game day, calling audibles on the ribs, yelling encouragement at the brisket. The smoke's rising, the crowd's cheering, and his Bud Light stays frosty in his pocket. Because around here, you don't need a headset to run the offense. You just need tongs and Texas pride. Bud Light, the official domestic beer of Texas football. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a bosses. Let's talk business in my office. Add new Unstoppable beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want to boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Would you drive 10 minutes for $500? That's the distance from CarMax to Henna Chevrolet. And Henna guarantees you $500 more than any CarMax offer for your vehicle. Just show Henna your written CarMax appraisal offer within 7 days, and you'll get $500,000 more guaranteed. Is your time worth $50 a minute? It is at Henna. Come get your money at Henna.com. Together, let's drive.
Introducing True Earnings Checking from Austin Telco Federal Credit Union. Earnings that are almost too good to be true. Earn 5% APY on balances up to $15,000. It's simple. Just deposit at least $1,500 in new money and make 15 debit card transactions each month. No minimum balance, no monthly fees. Even if you miss the requirements. Open your account online or at any of our 24 Austin area locations. Visit atfcu.org to learn more. Rates subject to change without notice. Federally insured by NCUA.
From the Audio-Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The free iHeartRadio app has over 100 commercial-free original stations waiting for you to explore right now, like Southern Rock Ride. The greatest Southern rock hits from the 70s and 80s. Skinner, 38 Special, Allman Brothers, and more. Open the free iHeartRadio app, search Southern Rock Ride, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. The Longhorns live here.
Danny Davis of the Austin American Statesman. You can follow him at _ Davis. In Dallas yesterday, some bad news happened. There was a gentleman named Nico Harrison who was relieved of his duties as the Dallas Mavericks GM. Now, they don't have to scream fire Nico no more. It has been done. Nico Harrison is out. And the crazy thing about it is, I believe that he was the scapegoat in this whole thing. But Stephen A. Smith talked about this yesterday with Sham Sharamya.
First of all, when you have this owner, Patrick Dumont, right, you say that he said to the fan, he's accepting accountability. Is this a scapegoat move on his part, saying that it really wasn't us, it was Nico Harrison that did it? Or is he truly owning the fact that, yes, this was us, and we compelled Nico Harrison to do this? Who was the person that insisted Luka Doncic needed to go?
Stephen A., it was Nico Harrison. It was Nico Harrison's decision. It was Nico Harrison's pitch. It was Nico Harrison's idea to trade Luka Doncic. But, of course, any move that gets made, Stephen A., you know, if a general manager at any level is making a trade, it is with the blessing and the sign-off of ownership as well. Now, it might have taken Nico Harrison days, weeks to get Patrick Dumont on board, but after the Mavericks made it to the NBA Finals in 2024, I'm told that's when the Patrick Dumont-Nico Harrison relationship, that was the strongest it's ever been. That's when Patrick Dumont, what I'm told, he looked at Nico Harrison as a basketball savant, as someone that when Nico Harrison speaks, when he has an idea, it's basketball gospel. And so when Nico Harrison came to Patrick Dumont with that concept, there was alignment there. Eventually, there was alignment within the front office, alignment with the coach. And that's when you see this transaction take place.
You ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Nico Harrison is gone, and it doesn't help that Luka Doncic is balling out in L.A. But the one thing I will say, I think that was the motivating factor for Luka to get himself in shape, change his diet, do the things that he needed to do, because he had to put a chip on his own shoulder. He was great. He is great. But there was some motivating factors that went into it to now that he's on the cover of magazines because he got himself in shape.
Yeah, but that's not why everybody's mad. Everybody's mad, Hardge, because of the subsequent mistakes that Nico made before the Luka trade. like Jalen Brunson being dealt to New York, not only Jalen Brunson, who is an all-star, but picks going elsewhere. And then you had they traded away other valuable resources to get Grimes, and then they traded him away. And on top of that, they could have drafted several really high-end players before Luka went in their championship year, and they didn't. They let all those picks go, and now they're in trouble with the Luka trade. That's where they are. And you bring in Anthony Davis, who's been injured forever. I mean, I sent you a video. His car per choice is an ambulance. Like, the guy stays injured. So, yeah, it's a lot of factors that he did, but more than the Luka trade.
Yeah, there are some things that need to be worked out, and now we'll see what happens next when it's all said and done. Hour number 1 is in the books. Hour number 2 is just around the corner, right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
The best mornings
in the morning light.
Start with Wrangler.
Pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler. Long live Cowboys. Available at Cavender's.
And Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
This is Jim.
Hello.
Jim started advertising with iHeartRadio way back in April. And now,
I have customers out the door.
And this is Sarah.
Hi.
She started putting a portion of her marketing dollars in podcasting back in June.
Business is booming. That's why I'm working on a Saturday.
Want to be like Jim and Sarah? It's easy. All you have to do is own or manage a business and reach out to iHeart. Get started today at 844-844-iHeart or iHeartAdvertising.com.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with autopay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
It's the game's final seconds and the score is tied. But wait, another trip to the bathroom?
Don't miss the game's best moments because of frequent bathroom breaks. Introducing prostate artery embolization from ARA Diagnostic Imaging, a leader in PAE, a non-surgical treatment for enlarged prostate that helps reduce urgent urination with low risk of sexual side effects. Visit osrad.com/PAE to take a quick self-assessment. ARA, leaders in medical imaging.
Isn't it nice to know at least one of your streaming apps is completely free?
Yeah, you get the iHeartRadio app without the pesky monthly fee.
Live radio, playlists for everything, and the most podcasts on the planet.
Join the millions who already have it. iHeartRadio, the #1 app for radio.
Hear that?
That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
From the Audio Visual Consultation Studios, Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, KDET AM Austin, your home for the Horns, and the #1 preset in your car and on the free iHeartRadio app.
The morning kickoff. The morning kickoff.
It's the morning kickoff with Mike Hardball Hardge and the world's strongest man, WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry, on your home for the Horns, 1300 The Zone.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. In hour number 1, we talked about the college football playoff rankings and how the state of Texas is well represented. The University of Texas Longhorns come in at number 10 in the latest college football rankings. You have the Texas Tech Red Raiders, Freudian slip at number 6, and the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies at number 3. We also talked about Coach Sark talking about the Georgia Bulldogs and the expectations of this week. And we got a chance to hear from Danny Davis of the Austin American-Statesman. Coming up in the next segment, we will be talking NFL. The Dallas Cowboys get some special players back, and some news was being made out of New York after they have fired Brian Daboll, and a new quarterback will be in place. But right now, I want to get into college football and the games of the week. Tomorrow, we'll be making our predictions, and entertainment purposes only, folks, but we will be making our predictions. But this week we have some big time matchups that are going to take place. If you look at all the rankings, we'll have Friday night Clemson. Dabo Swinney and his crew will be going to Louisville, the number 20 ranked team in the land, and you will also have Oregon taking on Minnesota. Obviously, Texas and Georgia, a top 10 matchup that all will be paying attention to because there's a lot riding on that one. You also have Notre Dame and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh ranked number 22 in the latest poll, where Notre Dame comes in at number 9. This is a big opportunity because Pittsburgh believes that they can play for a title in the Big East. You've got South Florida playing against Navy. Navy 7-2, 5-1 in their conference, with South Florida 7-2 and 4-1 in their conference. And as of right now, South Florida would be the number 12 team. You also have at 2:30 on ABC, Oklahoma making the trip to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide. It's a big-time matchup for this team, Oklahoma, that is, because they're on the outside looking in, being ranked number 11. Will Texas Tech have a letdown as UCF comes in this weekend? Texas Tech sitting at the 6th position, 9-1 and 6-1 in conference play. Miami hosts NC State, another big matchup for the Hurricanes. They're creeping their way back into it. Are they going to be able to come out and play? You've got number 21, Iowa, taking on USC. USC, a 6.5-point favorite. They are still in the mix. They're 5-1 in the Big Ten, trying to get themselves into that playoff hunt. You also finish it off on the top 25. You have Ole Miss hosting the Florida Gators. Don't know what Florida team we're going to see, but Ole Miss is sitting at the 7th position. They have a big matchup. Saturday night, Utah, number 13 ranked team, will be taking on the Baylor Bears. Baylor is a team that is looking to upset the apple cart, and Utah has to stay locked in. Ohio State will take on UCLA. UCLA is a team, I heard that they may be moving out of the Rose Bowl and going to play at SoFi moving forward. That would be very interesting if that can happen. But they will be traveling to the Shoe in Columbus, Ohio. 32.5-point favorite is the Ohio State Buckeyes. So we'll see what happens there. BYU still trying to creep. They will play TCU Saturday night, 9:15 on ESPN.
What is it going to take for UCLA to play in that stadium? Is it like an arrangement that we need new facilities?
I think that's what the conversation is becoming. I think that they are looking to get more fans because nobody's showing up at UCLA. Nobody is showing up at the Rose Bowl.
It's also
Vince Young is still charging them rent for what he did there. So he's letting people come in there. So it is, I think the rent's getting too high, like most of the places when they need to move.
Yeah.
The rent get too high. It's time to move around.
It's also a better place to say, hey, you want to play here. And players don't want to go play an old beat-up stadium that, still has concrete stadium. Like, it's not beautiful.
Hey, sorry, O. But you look at this weekend's matchup and all these big games. Which one intrigues you the most? I mean, obviously Texas is the game that we're all going to be talking about and covering. But looking at that Iowa USC matchup is intriguing to me. Looking at that Oklahoma and Alabama, that's intriguing to me.
That's the game that can help us the most. If Oklahoma goes and beats Alabama, the strength of schedule and the fact that Texas beat Oklahoma is going to rise like a rising tides lifts all ships. That would fit the case. Texas would be elevated into the top 4. That's what I was saying yesterday. If everything works out the way that it's supposed to, according to my evil plan, then yes, you'll see Texas move into that top 5.
Another game that I don't think I mentioned was Virginia at Duke. Virginia and Duke. Virginia is sitting at 5-1 in conference play, and Duke is sitting at 4-1. And Duke is a team that is favored in this ball game after Virginia stumbled last week, and they were the team that was sitting at the top of the ACC. Now Miami's back in there, and we'll see what ends up happening this weekend. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. Memphis has to go to East Carolina. Is Memphis' dream of being in the college football playoff destroyed because of the loss last week to a Tulane team that now plays Florida Atlantic? Tulane in the American Conference is sitting at 4-1 as well. So there's a lot as we get towards the end of the season. There's a lot of games that mean so much now on your win-loss record because people are all eyes on it. Coach Sark has said it. Every coach that has ever coached has said it. People remember the games that are played in November. And if you can go out there and you play well in November, because the schedule is not favorable for Texas.
Yeah, they say the same thing in pro wrestling. They say that people are only going to remember the finish. So, like, regardless of what happens before, that the finish is what's important. And with this season, these last 3 games that Texas is going to play, Georgia, Arkansas, and Texas A&M, are super important.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It is a fun time of the year when your team wins. It's not a fun time of the year if you're on the other side.
When they win.
Exactly. It's not that fun on the other side when things look a little bleak.
We don't know that because the last 3 years we've had, some really high success.
Yeah.
Especially the last 2 years. So let's see what this year holds.
Well, the weather in Georgia, Athens, Georgia, is going to be 62 degrees on Saturday. I think that's perfect for what Texas needs to have when they get over there. But to me, at this stage of the year, it doesn't matter once you get on the football field. Those guys are going to be ready to go. It's not going to be that cold to them. It's going to be locked and loaded and ready to continue to fight for those goals that they have set in front of them.
Who has the most to lose? And I think Texas has the most to lose. Like, they've lost to this team 2 times in a row, and you don't want to lose to them 3 times in a row. And not to mention being knocked out last season by them. Like, you want to make sure that you go and represent. Like, Texas got a lot to account for.
Yeah, and I think Georgia too. I mean, they're trying to get themselves into the college football, not the college football playoffs, but they're still trying to play their way into an SEC championship game.
Right.
You know, Texas is trying to play themselves into an SEC championship game.
Who wants it more? And that's a question to ask the coaches. If you really feel like it, if you're on one of those panels, like, you know, coaches are going to come down to who wants it more. Like, do you want it more than that? I'd like to hear the answer.
What you think the answer going to be?
Well, I know what they're going to say, but it's how you deliver it and the passion that you speak with.
Yeah.
That's going to affect your team.
And that's why you played the game.
That's why it's got to be played.
That's why you're playing the game.
That's why you got to go out there and lift all them weights that they're talking about. You got to go out there and play well all the time. Got to lock in. Yeah, all those cliches as Danny was talking about. You have to go out there and play to the best of your abilities. Do you believe that this will be Texas's 3rd time playing Georgia, and they've only been in the league for a short period of time, and Texas A&M has been in it for 14 years and never has played Georgia Bulldogs?
How is that possible?
It's unbelievable when you sit back and think about it. We'll continue this show and keep things rolling. Coming up next, we'll talk NFL. Cowboys, get excited because a true Cowboy will be joining the team. And what in the heck is going on in New York? Right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Craig Way knows everybody.
We're visiting with Brad Sham, voice of the Cowboys, and all I'm thinking to myself is, Reggie Jackson, you got to do a better job of asking the question.
I think it was our friend Art Haynes to whom he said that.
Yeah, because that's when he followed about, you can take your microphone and your glasses.
You can take your microphone and your glasses, and then he proceeded to tell Art what he could do with all of those things, all of which were physically impossible, even with exaggerated surgery.
Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeartRadio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword WIN to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard message and data rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's WIN to 200-200.
AM 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you will need.
First responders are on scene of a crash on Grand Avenue Parkway at I-35. There's about a 20-minute out of your commute driving through some stop-and-go speeds on I-35 northbound going from Highway 45 up to William Cannon Drive. But some good news on Highway 290 eastbound. The earlier crash at FM 973 has been taken care of. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Hardge here, and November's rolling in with gratitude, Texas Pride, and Black Friday big savings all month long at Covert Chevy in Hutto. Right now, get $12,090 off of MSRP on a new 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. Yep. No waiting till the end of the month. The deals are already here. Powerful trucks, hometown hospitality, and savings worth being thankful for. That's Covert Chevy Hutto right off of 79. CovertChevyHutto.com. Together, let's drive.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
Celebrate UT football with Dulce Vita Tequila. 100% organic, made with 100% Blue Weber agave. With its vibrant color and fresh citrus finish, Dulce Vita Tequila offers high quality at a value that can't be beat. Hook 'em. 40% by volume, imported by Dulce Vita Spirits, Austin, Texas.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy Rinse tonight. And I need it more. My kid was the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and that short smells like a dog park. Downy Rinse tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 25 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shields Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 or in Mississippi.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code OIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code OIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and details.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone. Hook 'em horns.
Welcome back to the morning kickoff right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. Coming up in the next segment, you'll hear from the world's strongest man as he brings us his world's strongest take. As always, we're going to get into the NFL because football season is still rolling on here, and games are getting better and better as the weeks go on. We were talking about this the other day, Mark, when we were saying, man, it's crazy how football season is already on the other side of it, especially college football. But NFL, we got 17 games, but it seems like we're getting closer and closer. Some teams have already played 10 games on the season.
I was just about to say, we got 7 or 8 left, right?
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Where did the time go?
Every weekend is just so filled with football. You get too excited about it. This weekend, there obviously is going to be some high intense game. We talked about the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks and how big of a game that's going to be. But some news came out of New York that was real interesting to me. Obviously, they fired Brian Daboll. We haven't really got into that conversation, but is this a move with the firing of Daboll that you thought was going to happen?
I knew he was going to get fired because it was just one thing after another, especially the thing that was the straw that broke the camel's back to me is him screaming at the medical staff when Dart went in the tent and he was like, "We need him." You don't care that the dude is hurt?
Got a concussion.
He's got a concussion, and you like, no, put a Band-Aid on him and send him. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And the front office, they need to fire themselves. They need to go with him. Because you look at Daniel Jones, you look at Saquon Barkley. I forget the offensive lineman's name that left the same year as Saquon Barkley. Like, these are Pro Bowl caliber players, and you have three of them. They go other places and they have high level success.
Right.
So it's not them, it's you. It's the whole collective. It's not the players' fault.
Right.
They're out there playing their ass off every week to try to be better, to try to be one with their teammates. And then the front office and the coaching staff keeps letting you down. Where's the innovation in D-Ball's office? Everybody thought, oh, he's going to come in and they're going to do like they did at Buffalo, and it's going to be over. It's going to be awesome.
Well, you don't have the same person pulling the strings in in New York that you have in Buffalo. Josh Allen's a different type of player.
He is a different animal, but Daniel Jones has similar traits.
What?
Not as big and physical, but he's a fast, athletic, running quarterback, that is killing. He is absolutely killing it. Top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now.
I'm not going to go that far, but I will say this.
Statistically,
I will
he
say
is
this.
a top 5 quarterback.
But I also
don't have
will
to
say
go there.
this. He does not need to be running around, because you're the first person to talk about get down quarterback. You don't need to be running. Look at what happened to Jackson Dart. He's in concussion protocol.
And Lamar Jackson.
And every quarterback that has been running the football has been getting their head split. C.J. Stroud still don't know his name yet.
Wow,
and he
that's
only got
messed
2
up.
letters. And he only got
Messed
2.
up.
Keeps calling himself JC. And the thing
Wow.
about it is,
Marcus, I'm sorry.
they don't have to be running around. Now, they are now making the move. Instead of playing Russell Wilson, they announced today that Jameis Winston will now be the starting quarterback in the absence of Jackson Dart. I'm curious to why that has happened, number one. Number two, Jameis has been the ultimate teammate, and I think that this is them rewarding him. And the new coach, Mike Kapta, is a former quarterback in the league, knows what's going on, and now he's the one that is calling the plays. Is this going to make a difference? Because to your point about the front office, the problem is this. They have they messed up in the draft because they went after guys that they shouldn't have. Malik Neighbors has been hurt the entire time that he's been in the NFL. He was also complaining. And he was a big-time superstar that everybody thought was going to be great. Well, here he is now. He can't play. He's dealing with injury. You start to look at, you went and got Scatterboo. He's hurt. So are we penalizing? Because they've been putting up points. You should fire the defensive coordinator. They scored 33 points and lose to the Denver Broncos because they prevented themselves from winning by not playing solid football.
Yeah, they also played like a prevent style defense, which we can criticize Texas for last week.
Yeah.
Like, keep playing.
My point exactly. That's why are we firing this guy, the offensive coordinator, who seemed to have a good rapport with Jackson Dart? To your point, absolutely. Medical tent situation, fighting with doctors, that's on you, dog. You can't do that.
They didn't advance that offense either. Like, he did not come in there and make it to where the Giants were spoke about like the offense was spoke about at Washington. The offense was never spoke of in lines of the offense in Philadelphia. The offense is in the Giants. They are the bottom basement team offensively in the East. The Cowboys are ahead of them offensively. So why would you continue to pay somebody that's going to keep you in the bottom? And that's supposed to be where you hang your hat? No, sir. Goodbye. Tell your story walking.
Man,
good luck to you and your future endeavors. That's the
it's
letter that the
amazing.
WWE always sends people when they get canned, when they get fired. We wish you well and good luck to you in your future endeavors. He got future endeavored.
Well, I just find it amazing that we can find a way to be so cavalier to fire people with no replacement plan. With no replacement plan. Because we think it's going to get
All
better.
teams have one. It's called putting an interim offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator in the spot.
That's your plan?
That's the interim plan.
That's the plan.
It happened at least 3 times this year already.
It's going to be more than that, but that's my point.
It's going to be more of it on Black Friday. And then the same thing in college. How many times has it happened in college?
My point exactly. You're spending money. You're wasteful.
Why are you
spending.
fussing at me with all this tone?
Because you're
we're
trying
saying
to
the
make
same thing.
You're trying to make it sound like it's a right thing to do.
I do feel like firing him was the right thing to do.
But firing,
you know, that's what I do.
I know, and
they gotta go.
I mean,
no
Mike,
success.
You always come in here with these down questions.
Exactly. This wasn't
Shut up,
even.
Mike.
This wasn't
Shut
even
up,
down.
Mike.
This wasn't even down. This is why is it? That's the first thing. Like you said, why don't you do an internal look at what your hiring processes are? Why don't you do an internal look at why the team is fine? It ain't just because of Dayball.
I'm glad
your defense is terrible.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why. I would rather you do it now than to do it after the season, because at least everybody knows that job is available and that you're already searching, actively searching before this season. And
that's
look,
a great point. What is the payoff though? If I'm a coach and I'm going into a dysfunctional organization, what is I'm getting hired to get fired. That is where we are now with
who's
sports.
the most functional coach right now in football?
Sean McVay?
He's up there. But I would say a guy that's never had a losing season.
Who's that?
Tomlin.
So
Tomlin's gonna get fired too at the end of this year. Like he didn't win with Aaron Rodgers. I told you it was a setup. The whole time bringing Aaron Rodgers in there, you had to have Tomlin have a losing season.
How about let's not say he's going to get fired. Let's say he walks away from the organization, because they don't fire people in Pittsburgh. They've had 3 coaches.
Yeah.
3.
They're going to ask him to walk away then. Hey, we don't want to fire you.
But your best
you can't stay here.
Matter of fact, give me your key card. Give me your key card and just tell them that you decided you wanted to walk away.
Yeah. And the family that's the friends of the Steelers are friends with the owners of the Giants. So that's a hard conversation to have. Hey man, y'all gonna let him go because we want to offer him a job. Think about that. Wrap your brain around that real quick.
I refuse. Because I will not see Mike Tomlin in a New York Giants headset over there.
What's up, Trevor?
We're coming up with the world's strongest take coming right around the corner, right here on the morning kickoff on Sports Radio, AM 1300, The Zone.
Listen to every University of Texas football game on 98.1 KVAT. Hook 'em.
Rush hour traffic along Highway 71 westbound, adding 15 minutes to the drive between Montopolis over to Loop 360. A 20-minute out of your drive also due to congestion on I-35 northbound. You're slow from Highway 45 to William Cannon. And a crash is still being worked on Grand Avenue Parkway at I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Hardball Hardge here. Austin, you like bone-in? Get the Friday lunch special at the Yellow Rose. A voluptuous 16-ounce certified Angus bone-in ribeye at the Yellow Rose for just $20. A steak so good, you'll forget to look up. Fridays at the Yellow Rose ain't just lunch. It's a feast for VIPs. Comes with a side and the best view in Austin. Get a $20 steak ribeye Fridays from noon to 9 at the Yellow Rose Cabaret. And get your weekend football action with watch parties there too.
Hey, Texas fans, Craig Way here. It's time to kick off your deck project with TimberTech. A real decking all-star, TimberTech is the #1 brand in premium decking. It delivers real wood looks without the costly maintenance, and it will never rot, warp, splinter, or peel. Plus, with industry-leading warranties, you know your deck will perform at the top of its game season after season. Take a look, and you'll be hooked. Order free samples online at timbertech.com.
It's a little quiet on the border these days. Illegal border crossings at an all-time low because Donald Trump and Senator John Cornyn have been fighting side by side to seal the border. Cornyn has led the charge in the Senate, funding more agents, more technology, and more miles of secure border wall, beating back Biden's border failures, taking the fight directly to the cartels. Cornyn stands with President Trump, voting with him 99% of the time, supporting Trump's nominees, confirming conservative judges who defend our Constitution, and together, Trump and Cornyn put America first. They've worked to keep our families safe and our border defended. Yep, it's quieter on the border now because real leadership gets results. Call and thank Senator John Cornyn, 713-572-3337, and tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda. Paid for by Lone Star Freedom Project, LoneStarFreedomProject.com.
Don't let your property tax bill surprise you. Set yourself up for massive savings next year with Ownwell. Their local tax experts work on your behalf to help you keep more of your hard-earned money. Make sure you're only paying what's fair with Ownwell. Sign up in under 3 minutes at ownwell.com/ownaustin. Ownwell's local tax experts specializing in property tax protests in counties like Travis and Williamson can protest your county tax assessment and determine your eligibility for exemptions. Plus, Ownwell will manage the end-to-end process of property tax reduction. Put property tax money back in your pocket in just minutes and only pay if you save. 86% of Ownwell's customers receive reductions, and last year more than 30,000 Austin homeowners switched to Ownwell. Ownwell is trusted by hundreds of thousands with over 90,000 Austin properties represented and glowing 5-star reviews. Stop overpaying and start saving with Ownwell. Sign up in 3 minutes at ownwell.com/ownaustin. That's OWNWELL.com/ownaustin.
From the ABA Heating and Cooling Weather Center, this is Zone Weather.
Your Austin weather, sunny skies for your Wednesday, a high of 82, clear tonight, a low of 60. Thursday, mostly sunny, a high in the mid-80s, a low of 63.
This report is sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Insurance makes the claims process easy, so you can get back on the road in no time. It's why over 43 million drivers trust Progressive. See for yourself at Progressive.com. That's Progressive.com.
The free iHeartRadio app is your home for the holidays. Celebrate the season with the very best Christmas music ever made with iHeart Christmas. All your favorites 100% commercial free. Just open the app and search Holiday to find iHeart Christmas. Plus other holiday stations and playlists to put you in a merry mood. Open the app and search Holiday to start listening.
It's the Craig Way Show with the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way. Weekdays from 2 to 5 p.m. Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone.
You heard the beat drop, so you know one thing and one thing only. WWE Hall of Famer and World's Strongest Man, D. Martin, brings you World's Strongest Take. Take it away, Big John.
All right. You know what time it is. It's time for the World's Strongest Take by the World's Strongest. Marcus Back then they didn't. They all on it. Guys, I know it's football season. I know that we haven't. I'd love to talk about it some more, but I can't. I can't do it because right down the street, it's a long street, to San Antonio, Victor Wembanyama is standing up in a way that we have not seen a player stand up in a long time. Probably since Kobe, we haven't had a player that in the final minutes of a game, everybody move out the way. Give me the ball, move out the way. Here comes the double team. He can make the pass. Here comes the double team. I'm 7'4". I'm going to just shoot over the top. It's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. They played the Bulls, and last night, Victor Wembanyama had scored 18 of his 38 points in the fourth quarter. At one point, he had back-to-back threes, and he made 5 shots in a row. It's just like, move out the way, y'all. I got this. It's like the movie The Matrix. He's Neo. He's starting to believe. Once he gets to the full point that he believes in himself, there's going to be no stopping him. At one point, Hardge, he scored 6 of 6 in the fourth quarter. He challenged 2 of the 3 shots he blocked 2 of the 5 shots he defended. And the other 2 shots, he made them redirect and pass the ball or try to shoot a tougher shot. Offensively and defensively, and his teammates are standing behind him like the little kid that stands behind the big brother and say, yeah, Spike, yeah. They're embodying the fact that I can lean on my teammate to help us. All I got to do is work hard and stay close. Victor Wembanyama is becoming the new face of the league. We always thought, we talked about this last year. Who's it going to be? Oh, and in our ignorance, both of us, we both mentioned Ja Morant in the conversation. How about we both put that out of our minds? He is rotten. He is absolutely, positively rotten. He's gave up on his team. They need to go ahead and trade him, by the way. Yeah, I said it. Get rid of him. I don't hear no argument about that. You always say, Mark, why are you always trying to trade everybody? No, Ja Morant need to go.
Because I think Ja Morant is part of the point shaving situation out there.
He is definitely. How can you, as a player, have 16 points in 38 minutes? You play 38 minutes. You get 16 points on all the shots you take, and you have 8 turnovers. 8.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't do it one game, but you have plus 7 turnovers in 3 games in a row. That's the hardest thing. Have you ever heard that before? I've never heard of any guard in the history of the league.
Not one that's good.
Not one that's getting paid $100 million.
Not one that's good.
Right. So but to get back to my point, my take is this. Victor Wembanyama is still about 2 years away from being the man that he's going to be the next 10 years. And he's already that guy? What is he going to look like in 3 years? I say Victor Wembanyama right now is the face of the league. It was Jokic, and we were worried about there being an American. Hey, it's going to be a while. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander is still at the top. Luka Doncic is still at the top. And now you have a Frenchman in Victor Wembanyama. What American is going to be able to even be in the conversation with these 3 foreign players that are, in my opinion, the best 3 players in the league, what say you?
Well, we thought it was going to be the young buck Cooper Flagg, but he's going through his struggles. We thought it was going to be John Morant. He is going through life struggles. You know, I look at Victor, and there's a reason why he was the number 1 overall pick. There was a reason why people looked at him from the very beginning and was like, this dude is different. Yeah, he's 7'5". I mean, with a wingspan that can touch the top of the backboard. He's almost like an alien for real. But he's a good person. So that makes it even better for him because he just understands. And I think last year, understanding that basketball was taken away from him made him have another appreciation of the game that he loves so much. When you can't do what you are put on this earth to do with your God-given abilities and it is taken away from you, it makes you humble. It makes you go to work. It makes you appreciate that time that is missed because of what he went through last year.
You're right.
And now he's back. He did all the things you talked about during the offseason, going and hanging out with Olajuwon, working on his ball handling skills. That's why he can move in the open court like it's no big deal. And then his shooting ability, you talked about the points that he scored, but he was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. You know, that's the appreciation that I have for him because those free throws help you win or lose basketball, but they help you win or lose.
Defending you on those.
I mean,
did you watch any college basketball last night?
I did.
Louisville and Kentucky played, which is like Texas OU comparison, football and basketball.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, Louisville missed 7 free throws in a row at the end of the last 2 minutes of the game. They still won the game because of how good their defense is. But 7 free throws in a row.
So you don't like free stuff?
There's nothing in life that's free.
Free throws.
I mean,
they free.
They free. And I agree with that. So yeah, I mean, Victor is what he was supposed to be, and that is a star in the NBA, but not just in the NBA, internationally. He's the face of the NBA, and people are looking at him in awe every single time they're around him.
Yeah.
That's what it's supposed to be like.
Wow.
Especially
I'm just blown away
for a person like that. Good world's strongest take, Mark. I'm gonna salute you on that, man.
Thank you. I'll take that.
Coming up
it
next,
don't come off and
coming up next, we're gonna hear from Coach Sean Miller as the Texas basketball team gets ready to play against Fairleigh Dickinson tonight at the Moody Center at 7:00, and you can hear the voice of the Texas Longhorns, Craig Way, on 98.1 KVET. We'll talk about it right here and close out the show right here on the Morning Kickoff on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone.
Hey there, Texas fans. This is the voice of the Longhorns, Craig Way, inviting you to join us for Longhorn football. Touchdown! Texas wins! We'll bring you all of the action all season long, including in-depth analysis and exclusive access to players and coaches before the opening kick and after the final whistle. And every week, we'll talk with Texas Longhorns head coach Steve Sarkisian on Longhorn Weekly. This is your exclusive source for Texas Longhorn football.
On 1300 The Zone.
From the Odoo.com Traffic Center, Odoo.com, the only business software you'll need.
Rush hour traffic along Highway 71 westbound, adding 15 minutes to the drive between Montopolis over to Loop 360. A 20-minute out of your drive also due to congestion on I-35 northbound. You're slow from Highway 45 to William Cannon. And a crash is still being worked on Grand Avenue Parkway at I-35. I'm Jason Fossick with a look at Austin area traffic.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
You know, starting my day off on the right foot is a big deal. I have to be on my game to give you infotainment, and that starts by taking care of my heart health. That's why I use Super Beats Heart Chews from Human. Human was actually founded right here at the University of Texas. You've probably seen their logo on the football field and on the volleyball court. Yep, that Human. These chews are clinically shown to promote healthy blood pressure and nearly 2 times more effective than just diet and exercise alone. Thanks to their unique grapeseed extract, they taste great and they're easy to take, and they become a part of my daily routine. Super Beats Heart Chews are also the #1 cardiologist recommended beet brand for heart health support. There's a special offer happening right now and even gives you a 90-day money-back guarantee. Go to human.com/Mike to check it out. That's human.com, Mike, human with 2 N's. Enter the promo code Mike at checkout and get an extra 20% off your first order. Take a simple step to support your heart health with Super Beats Heart Chews.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Life in Austin moves fast. Work deadlines, weekend plans, and more errands than you can count. Feeling stretched thin? With Airtasker, getting help is easy. Post your tasks, set your price, and let local taskers handle the rest. Whether it's tackling a quick fix or finally checking off that big project you haven't had time for, Airtasker has you covered. Download Airtasker today or visit us at airtasker.com and spend less time juggling tasks and more time enjoying your life. Airtasker. Get anything done.
Raising a family requires lots, and I mean lots, of energy. Quaker's protein products help you to keep things running smoothly. It's the protein you want when wrestling your toddler into their pajamas. There you go, buddy. To coach your 6th graders' soccer team. And to carry all the groceries in one trip. Whether you want instant oatmeal, bars, or granola, Quaker has something for everyone in the family. Try Quaker protein products today. Quaker, bring out the good.
And Doug. Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snugly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online. And step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
Pour, pair, save. The Thanks Pairing sale is on its specs. Cheers to savings.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Sports Radio 1300 The Zone, your home for the Horns.
Said every day, another great day at the office right here on Sports Radio AM 1300 The Zone. We talked about so much. The Texas Longhorns are now number 10 in the college football rankings. If the season ended today, they would be playing the Ole Miss Rebels. Coach Sark, Coach Lane Kiffin, battling it out to see who is the best at the play calling. Will get the best of each other. We also talked about all the big games and what the expectations are coming into this week. Georgia takes on the Texas Longhorns as the Longhorns make that trip to Athens, Georgia. You can hear all the action right here on Sports Radio AM 1300, The Zone. Texas basketball is playing tonight. That's right, at the Moody Center. And we're going to give you a chance to win a pair of tickets. All you got to do is use that talkback feature on the new and improved and always free iHeartRadio app. Tell us why you want to go to the game and who you're taking. You'll get a pair of tickets for tonight's ball game. But here is Coach Miller talking about his basketball team the other day.
Well, we've had a unique start to our season, being that, game one was against Duke and Charlotte. And, I think to say that potentially we could have skipped some steps to go from, first game ever as a new coaching staff and with a collection of new players to that. But the good part about playing a team like Duke in that environment is you really have a chance to learn a lot about yourself. And I thought we did, in fact, learn a number of valuable lessons that can help us improve our team moving forward. And then we had our home opener on Saturday, and I thought some of the lessons that we learned, we were able to kind of install, work towards, and I just thought overall we were a better group. Our overall level of play, I thought, improved, and some of the things we talked about, like pace. And then you're just identifying roles, really allowing Jordan Pope to come into the lineup, play more point guard than maybe he has in the past, maybe moving Tremont away from that and putting him in that scoring role. I think could really free him up. And then obviously just I think the second part of this is just the feeling of playing in the Moody Center, just what a special place it is. And I just wanted to thank the crowd, especially our students, for turning out on a Saturday afternoon. And I believe that our home court has the makings of truly being one of the best in the country.
And you heard him mention Jordan Pope. Jordan Pope, game one, came off the bench. Game two, he was in the starting lineup. And he said he was going to have different combinations with his lineup. But Jordan Pope having a chance to evolve as the point guard.
No doubt Jordan will play a lion's share of the minutes at the point guard position. I believe that that's his best position. If you look at his assist to turnover ratio, even a year ago, that's something that really stands out as being an outstanding characteristic for him as a player. Clearly, he could play off the ball as well. But I think that through our summer experience and this early fall and a few games we've played, we've learned enough to know that that's our best bet as a team, and I also think that will bring out the best in Jordan. I think Sim Wilcher is another guy in a similar way that could play both on and off the ball. I thought Sim had a good night against Lafayette. Coming from St. John's, it takes a little bit of time to be comfortable and to get your footing. And he looked more sure of himself. It was great to see him make 3 threes in the game. He's certainly a capable shooter, but I look at those two guys as the two that will play that position through 40 minutes.
And I love what they've been able to do because they have been an exciting brand of basketball. But the one thing that they're always talking about is the pace of the game, Mark. And Coach asked, is there a fine line between playing fast and the pace of the game?
No, I think pace has to be a constant. I'll use Gonzaga as an example. If you really follow their program, at some point it just seems like in their biggest wins and big games that they play, what breaks the game open is just the constant push, the constant pace. It's there throughout the game. You don't necessarily always see quick shots, but at some point it just seems like that 8-0 run or quick 10 points that happens. And what breaks, it's hitting that rock analogy, right? You just keep hitting it, you keep hitting it, you keep hitting it, and all of a sudden, boom, it breaks open. Well, the way that works with pace is from the start to the finish, you want to just constantly push the ball. And how many points you're going to score in the first 6 seconds depends who you're playing against as well, right? You're not going to get great shots in the first 6 seconds against Duke. I don't care who you are. But at some point, you have the opportunity to get fouled or create that burst by constantly putting pressure on them. And that's what we want to develop. We're not there yet, but I think we're taking more steps every game and each day we're together.
And that's the thing about this Texas basketball team that I am looking forward to. They're going to be an up and down type of team. They're going to grind it out. They're very physical. They're going to be tough in the SEC because you have to be tough in the SEC, whether it's football, baseball, basketball, whatever the sport may be.
But in
you
the
got to
SEC,
come in and be
Hardge,
tough.
How many? You said there were 8 teams that are ranked?
Well, that was for football. I'm talking about for basketball. That's what I'm talking about.
And Texas is ranked what?
No, they're not ranked in basketball yet.
In the SEC, they're not ranked.
No. I mean, they're finding their way. They're trying to get everything going because it's a new basketball team.
Right.
They're working through some things. And Sean Miller is finding a way to bring the best combination every single night on the floor.
Yeah, the SEC in college basketball is rough, just as rough it is in football.
Yeah. So we have a lot that is going to be decided. As I said, you can listen to the game right on, well, I was going to say right here, but you can listen to Craig Way, the voice of the Texas Longhorn, right here on AM 1300 The Zone this afternoon from 2 to 5. But you can hear the basketball game tonight on 98.1 KVET FM. Make sure you tune in to that big time matchup. Get a chance to hear those guys talk about this basketball team as well. They'll be home again this weekend against Kansas City. And, of course, you got Texas football. But you'll hear more from Craig Way this afternoon starting at 2 o'clock. For Mark Henry, for Marcus, I'm Hardball Hardge. And just remember this, we'll be better tomorrow. And don't believe everything you see because even salt looks like sugar. Peace.
It is tough to go outside these days. Hey, that's understandable given how hot it is. But there is definitely a way to beat the heat. A trip to Inner Space Caverns in Georgetown. Inner Space Caverns is a great place to take the family. You'd be amazed at all of the beautiful formations, large rooms, prehistoric animal bones, and all kinds of creations with a truly unique discovery story right here in the Austin area in the year-round temperature of a very comfortable 72 degrees. You can check out the super